Today we're going to get up and running quickly with the Hexa administrator and IDQL. We're going to go through the demo that's available on Hexa's GitHub page and then modify the policy right centrally from the Hexa administrator. And we're going to be modifying an OPA policy. So we're looking here today at the Hexa policy orchestrator GitHub page. We have this diagram here, and on the left hand side it says policy JSON via Hexa policy admin. So there's a UI where you can modify the Hexa policy, and I won't go into the structure, but as you can see, we can have many policies. So in the middle we have the Hexa policy orchestrator. So we have these policies, and they're going to be sent over via REST and then eventually made into packages that can go to different providers. So you can see they have Azure, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, and just really any REST API can ultimately receive a package. And this is an important concept because you need this package to install a provider on the administrator page, which we'll look at later. So to build the Hexa image, we're going to be using pack. And the newly created image will contain the policy administrator web application, the policy orchestrator server, and the demo application. We're going to be using Postgres, and we're going to have to execute some different shell scripts with different permissions. We're going to then run the policy orchestrator with Docker. I'm going to be doing this project with a freshly re-imaged MacBook. I had switched over to using Fedora for about 4 or 5 months, and returning back to the MacBook, I of course don't have all my software installed. So follow along if you're interested in seeing how to set this up from the perspective of a completely fresh user. So first, I found out that I didn't have Homebrew installed, so I had to install Homebrew. You just go to their website, and then you can enter a shell command, and just hit enter, and you will get Homebrew installed. So after getting Homebrew installed, I tried to run the pack build hexa command, but I didn't have pack installed, and I didn't have Go. So I installed these, and as you can see, my Go version is 1.19. I'm basically new to Go, and I didn't know that pack wasn't part of Go. So I tried to run pack, and I found out no, pack is not packaged in with Go. I Googled it, and I found where to install pack. I can do it right in Homebrew. So I did that, and then, okay, I got to get my Docker running. So I got my Docker running, and from there, I went ahead and started to build the image. After that, we needed to update some permissions. And next, we needed to run Docker Compose to get the application up and running. So you can see the different components here on the screen. It's nice and colored. So we have some different endpoints that we can check out. We have the Hexa orchestrator, which is the main application that manages IDQL policy across the various platforms and communicates with the various platform interfaces, converting that IDQL policy to and from the respective platform types. So when you click on the Hexa orchestrator, you're just going to see some JSON. It's going to say name server, pass true, name database, pass true. Those are the key values. Clicking the Hexa admin brings you to this page. We haven't installed a package yet, so there's no provider listed under discovery here. Clicking on the Hexa demo brings you to Hexa Industries. and you get to see which pages you're authorized to view, which is the dashboard and the sales, but you can't see accounting and human resources. Clicking on the Opus server, you see Open Policy Agent, the version, your build commit, and whatnot. Then clicking on Hexa demo config brings you to this page. You can see it's healthy. So we need to install a bundle. So this bundle has information that is used by Hexa to understand how to communicate with your server. So we go to install provider, and we're going to copy this OPA JSON and put it into an IDE and save it. We're going to come to the Hexa policy administrator, and we're going to select the file, and then you're going to see that the discovery page finally has an item under it. It says Open Policy Agent. And when you click on it, you can see information such as the platform identifier, the name that it goes by, and the description. In our case, it says Open Policy Agent Bundle. Below that, we have policy details, the most important part. So the far left-hand column says Subject. This is the entity that's making the request, like a regular user. We have corresponding actions. For instance, we have, a GET request for the sales path or marketing. We have object next to actions, and this is the object of the request, an actual resource. Below that, we have the JSON for the policy. And right above, there's actually a button you can click to edit the JSON right here on this page. So to confirm that everything's working, I'm going to update the JSON here and add all authenticated to the members of the subject entity that can access accounting. So I make the update, and now I'm able to see accounting, which I'm not supposed to be able to do. Stay tuned until next time when we'll look at what else we can do with IDQL and Hexa.